Welcome back today for our Python journey. Today, we are moving past words and diving into the backbone of logic, numbers. By the end of this video, you'll understand how Python handles math and the crucial difference between integers and floats. Think about it, from banking apps to AI models, everything is calculation. In Python, we categorize these numbers into specific data types. Today, we focus on the first two, int and float. Let's start with integers. In Python speak, these are int. An integer is any whole number, positive or negative, without a decimal point. Think of ages, years, or counts. Age equals 25, that's a classic integer. Let's hop into the editor. If I type x equals 10 and then use the type function print type x, Python confirms it's an. It's clean, precise, and memory efficient. Now, what if you need precision? Like the price of coffee or your GPA. That's where floats come in. A floating point number is simply a number with a decimal point. Even 10.0 is a float, not an integer. The moment you add a dot, Python treats it differently. Let's verify, y equals 10.5. When we check the type, Python labels it as float. This distinction is vital for how computers store data. Why does it matter? Floats take up slightly more space because the computer has to track the position of that decimal point. Integers are faster for simple counting, but floats are essential for science and finance. Now for the fun part, basic math operations. Python is essentially a superpowered calculator. We use standard symbols, plus, dash, asterisk, and. Let's see them in action. Addition and subtraction work exactly as you'd expect. 10 plus 5 gives you 15. 20 to 7 gives you 13. Notice that adding two integers always results in an integer. Multiplication uses the asterisk star. 5 times 4 is 20. But here's a tip, if you multiply an integer by a float, like 5 by 4.0, Python upcasts the result to a float, 20.0. Pay attention here. Division is unique. In Python 3, using a single /4 always returns a float. Even 10, 2 results in 5.0, not 5. This ensures you don't lose decimal data by accident. What if you only want the whole number? Use double slashes //. This is floor division. It chops off the decimal entirely. 10 //3 won't give you 3.33, it will give you exactly 3. Next is the modulo operator, the %. This doesn't give you a percentage, it gives you the remainder of a division. 10% 3 is 1, because 3 goes into 10 3 times with 1 left over. Modulo is a programmer's secret weapon. Want to check if a number is even or odd? Just use %2. If the result is 0, it's even. If it's 1, it's odd. Simple and brilliant. Need to calculate powers? Use double asterisk star. 2 by 3 means 2. To the power of 3, which is 8. It's much cleaner than using complex libraries for basic squared or cubed values. Python follows PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, and addition, subtraction. Just like in school math, what's inside the brackets happens first. Look at this, 2 plus 3 by 4. Python does 3 by 4 first, getting 12, then adds 2 for 14. If you wanted 20, you'd need to write it as open parenthesis 2 plus 3 close parenthesis times 4. Let's pause. Open your IDE and try to calculate the area of a circle with a radius of 7. Use 3.1 for pi and the exponent operator we just learned. I'll wait. Did you get it? The code should be 3.1 for asterisk, 7 asterisk asterisk 2. This combines floats, integers, exponents, and the order of operations in one line. Great job if you nailed it. In programming, we often want to update a variable. Instead of writing score equals score plus 10, we can use a shortcut, score plus equals 10. This works for all operators, plus equals, equals, asterisk equals, and equals. These shortcuts make your code cleaner and faster to read. Professional developers use these constantly, so get comfortable with them now. It's all about writing a Pythonic code. Sometimes you need to change a float to an int or vice versa. We call this typecasting. Use int to drop decimals and float to add them. If I have pi equals 3.14 and I run int pi, I get 3. Note, it doesn't round to the nearest number, it simply cuts off the decimal. It truncates the value. If you actually want to round a number, Python has a built-in function called round. Round 3.6 gives you 4. You can even specify decimal places, like round 3.14159, for 3.14. Watch out for that type error. You can't mathematically add a string to an integer. 5 plus 5 will crash your program. Always ensure your data types match before calculating. Python is amazing with large integers. Unlike other languages, Python can handle incredibly huge numbers without overflowing. You can calculate 2**1000 and Python won't break a sweat. When coding, use underscores to make large numbers readable. Instead of 1 million, write 1_000_000. Python ignores the underscores, but your human eyes will thank you. Let's build a quick tip calculator. Ask for the bill, multiply by 0.15 for the tip, and add it back. This uses floats, multiplication, and addition in a real scenario. Today we covered int for whole numbers, float for decimals, the 7 basic operators, and the importance of PEMDAS. These are the building blocks for every algorithm you'll ever write. Check the description for today's practice exercises. Tomorrow, we dive into strings. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Edulexis, and keep coding. See you on day 5.
Thank you for watching. Like if you learned something, share with your circle, and subscribe for more.